That's it. He was blocked while he was still in the room talking to me. That's how quick I am. He's still in the room talking, making me mad, and I'm on here like Instagram, block, phone number, block, email, block, block, block. Like I was blocking him as he was in my presence talking. I don't play that. But I'm just like, hey you guys. So welcome back to my channel, and I'm here with a new video. So I really was contemplating what kind of video I should do today. I was gonna start my girls talk today, but then I'm just like, oh okay, I haven't given the girls nothing in like a whole week. If I'm looking over here, I'm sorry, I'm looking at my monitor. In like a whole week, so I need to give them some tea, like something juicy. So my story time today is definitely going to be my worst day ever. And I've been on a lot of like worst dates, man. Like I've been on a lot of worst dates. But this one happened like not recently, but it happened while I was living in Atlanta, probably a little over a year ago. So I'm about to get into it, and you guys like go grab your popcorn, go grab your wine, cause it's tea we sipping, okay? And while we're all in the house, I, encourage everybody to just get their videos going, get up there and do something like while we utilize this time, let's build ourselves up and motivate ourselves to keep pushing. I hope all you guys are doing good and are blessed. And, without further ado, we're just going to get right into this story. So, I met this guy. Um, I met this guy um, really, really late one night. It was like after the club. I think I was sitting in the car waiting for my friend to come. Like, I'm that friend, and I'll just be over here. I'll be like, look, I'm about to leave, chill in the car, something like, come on. Like, I think she was waiting for her food or whatever. So, I'm waiting for her to come, and the guy pulls up next to me, really, really nice car. Um, and he's like, hey, beautiful, how you doing? Can we go to breakfast? Like, while you sitting in the car or whatever. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. And, in Atlanta, we have all these little after hour breakfast spots. And he was like, do you want to go get some food? And I'm like, no. Like, I don't know you. This is not our first date. Like, no. Automatically right there, I was automatically turned off by him. Like, ugh. Why you want to pull up and just go eat with somebody after the club? Obviously, I don't even feel like being nowhere but in my bed because I'm in a car asleep. Like, no. I'm not one of those girls you could bribe with food. Like, I eat good myself. So, yeah, no. So, okay, guys, I had to get in the center because that was irritating me. So, okay, so I met him that night or whatever. We exchanged numbers and we never hung out. I never gave him the time of day for a long, long time. So, when I finally did decide to, hang out with him, it was one night and he had just been getting off of work. So, he does a couple different jobs and he was just getting off of work. So, he was like, do you want to go eat at this restaurant, which is a pretty nice restaurant in Atlanta? So, I was like, cool, let's go. I hadn't ate. I was hungry, and, we just went to dinner. So, at the dinner, everything was kind of cool. He really didn't have much conversation. Um, he really was kind of boring, like, if you ask me. But, I normally don't let people pick me up, but the restaurant was 3 minutes away from my house, so I let him pick me up. And when it was over, he dropped me off. And he was really, really a gentleman. And, we were just talking about, like when we were talking, we was just talking about one, his artist that he allegedly manages, a celebrity, which I won't name. And we were talking, if we weren't talking about him managing that artist, then we were talking about men. And I was just telling him about like my experiences with certain men and how like they come off and it just turns me off. And he was like, some people just be so thirsty. Da, 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 da. He was just right there with it. Like, I can never, you know, like, you gotta be a gentleman at all times. If a woman says nod and chill, like, you know, and I'm just like, yeah, like, you get it. You get it. So I'm liking him or whatever. Mind you, when he came to pick me up, he wasn't in his $100,000 car that I met him in. He was in like a pickup truck. But his other work he does, he needs, you know, a pickup truck. So mind you, he was just getting off work. So I didn't mind it. I'm just like, okay, cool. So um, the next time I seen him, so that wasn't even like, that was a bad date, but that wasn't the worst part. So the next time I finally seen him again, under my impressions is he's slick, a little boring, but he's cool. And he's slick, a little boring, but he's cool. And this time he invited me out of town because the artist was having a show. So he's like, you know, my artist is having a show, the guy he manages. And he was just like, you know, do you want to come with me, like, out of town? So I'm just like, okay, the show is probably like 2 hours away from Atlanta. It wasn't that far, so we drove. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I ain't doing nothing tonight. I'm outside. Like, let's go. So I get all dressed up, dolled up, real, real cute. I don't think I took a picture that night, but real cute, per usual. When I step out, especially out of town, like, oh yeah, we should sit down, period. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I get real cute for him just to like, cause I'm on your arm, like, even though we're not together, nothing, like, I'm on your arm. So we gonna come through real clean, which we did. So the show's all cool, you know what I'm saying? It's cool. It go by real quick, kind of like a little walkthrough. Walkthrough, he performed, hosted, did his little thing on the mic, had the whole, you know, thing turned. He's a real popular artist. So it was lit. It was all good. It was all good. So at the end of the show, mind you, I said we had drove 2 hours away, and we drove in the same pickup truck. And in my head, I'm just like, why we not in, you know what I'm saying, your expensive car? If you pulling up with your artist and you're supposed to be his manager, why would you drive this truck to his show? Not saying it like that, but you know, I'm just saying, like, you're a brand. So if your brand is to promote this major artist and make him look like money, you're his manager, and you're the person they need to talk to book. You're the one who makes sure, like, he gets his shows. You're the one who makes sure he gets paid. You make sure the club has the bottles set out and everything. Like, you want to come like a boss if you are a boss, like how you portray yourself to be a boss. So I didn't even ask him about the car. I'm like, cool, whatever. Like, whatever. I didn't really care. Like, I just peeped it because I'm like, I never seen that car again other than the first day I met you. Like, every time I see you, pick up truck. So, ladies, be careful. Like, you might meet somebody, you might be like, oh, he lit, oh, he got some money, da da da. It be all cap. Like, don't judge nobody by what they drive because it be all cap. Sometimes it be there, sometimes it don't. It don't even matter. I never really found out if it was his or not. I'm trying to remember, but I really don't think that car was ever his when I met him, honestly, just by his behavior that I'm about to tell y'all. So he's like, you know, he's like, so do you want to ride back tonight or do you think we should get a hotel room? So I'm like, it's up to you because I'm not driving. So I'm about to sleep either way. I'm like, but if you want to get a hotel, that's fine because if you can't drive, I understand. It's late, just left the club, drinking, 2 hours away. If you want to get a hotel room, who am I to say no? Like, I'll roll with you. I'm stuck with you right now. So I'm like, it's up to you. I'm like, but if you want to, you know, ride home, like, we can ride home. Like, I don't care. So he's like, all right, well, I'm going to get a hotel. So I'm just like, okay, cool. So he gets a little hotel, and we get a room. I'll take all my clothes off, take a shower, take my makeup off, put on my pajamas, and lay down. I don't know what he thought. So, of course, he's like trying to like kind of come on to me, and I'm just like, oh no, baby, this ain't that, and that ain't this. Like, that's not what we're doing. So he's like, what? I'm like I really thought I was in some shit. I really thought I was going to have to fight, call 911, be his ass. I thought I was about to be stranded. Like, he wanted to smoke with me, okay? So Mind you, we only went on one date ever. And I think because he felt like he had me around celebrities, baby, I've been around celebrities for a long, long time. It's not impressive. They're regular people just like me. So at the end of the day, just because you are this person's manager and you think that, you know what I'm saying, you probably get groupies jumping on you all the time just off the strength of you even being around him as much as you do. Baby, that's not me. Like, I don't know what you thought, but that ain't this and this ain't that. So at this point, I'm pissed that I even came because I'm like, he's really trying to pressure me. And ladies, if somebody is pressuring you and you don't feel comfortable doing something, do not do it. And that's just that on that. Like, don't let nobody pressure you out of you. Like, no. So I'm just sitting here like, no. Like, he like, well, why the hell would you make me get a hotel room if you knew you wasn't? I'm like, make you get a hotel room? First of all, who was you talking to? Second of all, I didn't make you do a damn thing. You asked me what would you rather do, not indicating that you were trying to have sex. Because I would have told y'all for rip, oh nah, baby, let's drive. Because that ain't what's going on. He like, do you know how many girls be waiting to throw their stuff at me? Do you know how many girls tonight was throwing their stuff at me? And I didn't go with them just for you. And I'm just like, bro, I do not care. Like, who is you talking to? I really wish I could remember his name and look through the text messages too, because he was just so aggressive and so upset. And he was just like, I can't believe you made me waste my money on a room and you ain't even trying to do nothing with me. And I'm like, is this the same person that on the other day was just telling me how like niggas really be thirsty and how, oh yeah, guys don't respect women? Like, is this the same man? Because I'm confused. Like, I'm confused. You did a whole 360, And it's crazy because a guy that I dated, was with the celebrity that night too and seen me with him and was pissed. Like, I'm talking about he was eyeing me the whole night, like pissed. I never told him that I knew the guy because it was irrelevant. Like, we never did anything. This is us getting to know each other. This is only our second time even hanging out. So the fact that I know him is not even relevant. You know what I'm saying? So the guy was just texting me like, "Word, that's what we doing." I'm just like, I didn't even know y'all knew each other. Honestly, like, what do you want me to say? So he, the, so anyway, going back to the situation, he was just so pissed. Like, he really was just trying to curse me out. He was yelling at me, screaming. Like, the whole time in the car, he was just talking hella shit on our way back, like, just talking cash shit to the point where I really was about to get out the car and be like, yo, go ahead. Like, I think I really asked him, I'm like, bro, you want me to just get out and figure out my own way home? He be like, no, I would never leave you stranded. I would never do anything like that. I'm like, so why you keep talking to me crazy? Like, I'm like, stop talking to me crazy like you don't know me. Like, for real. And when I really get mad, I really get mad. So I'm just, now I'm getting disrespectful to you, and I'm in your own vehicle, so I don't even feel comfortable being in here. Like, I gotta turn the GPS off and make sure your ass headed back to Atlanta, because I don't know what's on your mind, because you so mad. But I just, that was like the worst day ever. Like, I would have never, ever, ever gave that man my number in the first place in the parking lot of that club if I knew he was that thirsty. And they don't be having them signs. Like, I they don't show them signs, but when you're around people or celebrities and you feel like you could just get, you know what I'm saying, a woman's whatever she got going on just off the strength of who you, not even who you are, but who you hang around, like, boy, stop it. Unimpressed. Drown a fish. Make a pig fly. Okay. So at the end of the day, you ain't impressing nothing over here, boy. So I really had to let him know, like, I don't know what you thought, but that ain't this and this ain't that, and I ain't going for it. So stop, like, talking to me. Like, stop talking to me. You ain't getting it. 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 Stop talking to me. Now you upset because I'm talking to you crazy. Like, I'm like, you being mad thirsty, like, right now. Like, I never even experienced this before. Like, this right here is beyond me. Like, you're really mad. Like, you did something for me. Like I owe you this. Like, boy, you're going to have to come a little bit harder. This will not be easy. Okay? So, when the next day I had actually talked to, my friend, and he had, well, the guy I used to date, he had called me. He was like, why you was with him? Da, 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 da. I'm like, bro, first of all, I didn't even know y'all run the same circle. Second of all, he told me that he was the person's manager and that he wanted me to come out for the show. And he was like, that ain't his manager. That's just somebody that be wanting to be around. That they give him jobs to do. So I'm just like, he was like, and you know he married, right? He got a whole wife. Mind you, the guy never invited me over or nothing. We never really spoke at night. Like, we literally only seen each other twice. So the guy's like, and he got a whole wife, like, a whole wife and kids. I'm just like, so I started telling him about, like, what he was doing and how pressed he was. And he was just like, yo, he's just so pressed. He's always like that. Like, every time we go around, he be always trying to just be in all the girls' faces, always flirting. He's, like, just telling on the guy. But I guess he really didn't like him in the beginning. And then he really, really didn't like him when he seen me with him, because that was just the last straw. But basically, he was just like, you did the right thing. Like, first of all, that's a married man. Second of all, you're a married man taking me out on dates, taking me out of town, pressuring me, trying to pressure me to have intercourse with you. That's disgusting. Don't pressure me to do nothing, bro. Like, back up, back up. And then you're not even a guy's manager, like you alleged you were. Like, why cap? Just be yourself, because the truth gonna come out. And it didn't take long, because you didn't even know I knew somebody in your whole little circle, entourage, whatever they call it. You didn't even know I knew that. So now you sitting over here looking dumb, talking about I wasted your whole night and you could have been with somebody else. Well, baby, I'm like, you could still go get them. Baby, I'm not tripping. You can go get them. I will sleep here peacefully and you can go do your thing. And I will not mind. I will not beg a sweat. I will not call you. As long as you back by checkout when it's time for me to go home. Baby, that's it. He was blocked while he was still in the room talking to me. That's how quick I am. He's still in the room talking, making me mad, and I'm on here like, Instagram, block, phone number, block, email, block, block, block. Like, I was blocking him as he was in my presence talking. I don't play that. But I'm just like, at the end of the day, don't be a thirsty. If you a guy watching this, don't be a thirsty guy. Like, don't be a thirsty guy. That's not cute. It's not attractive. We ain't with it. No, period. Don't be a thirsty guy. Don't be a clout chaser. Don't try to be popping off of somebody else's name. Don't do it. It ain't worth it. Don't lie about your occupation. Don't lie about how much money you make. Don't lie about what kind of car you drive. Don't lie about being single. Don't lie. That thing is so weird. It's like, bruh, give people the chance to like you for you. And if they don't, then fuck them. You don't need them. That's just plain and simple. I'm not going to pretend to be anybody but me. This is what you get. Some days I look like this. Some days I look how I looked in my video prior. This is what you get. This is what you sign up for. This is what comes with the territory. But I'm always going to be me. That's just it. Always. Period. So I never seen that guy again, thankfully. I never spoke to him again. I honestly forgot his whole name. Like, I honestly deleted him out of my brain up until just now when I thought about giving you guys like a good story time. But yeah, that was just so crazy. And people out here really be pressed panini for the panini. And we ain't giving it up. Because that's just what child to get to. Like, you're not finna force me out of nothing. We gonna be fighting. And that's just that on that. And he was kind of like, you know, he was a nigga I could take, like I could take his ass. He probably a little strong, but I wasn't going out without no fight. We ain't going by now anyway, cause it was just so disgusting to me. Like, it made my skin crawl. It was just like, so you just knew that was what's going on. Like, boy, do you know how old I am? I'm a grown ass woman. That does not impress me. Especially that artist. Like, nothing about what you're talking about impresses me. It was just something to do when it was nothing to do. Like, cool. Like, why not? But you lied about every single thing in your life. And that, to me, is beyond weird. And I'm not with it. Anyway, love you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed my story time. I beat my face for y'all. I know y'all be tired of me looking a mess. Anyway, please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video. Pass it around. I know y'all bored. Not doing nothing. Pass my video around. Show me some love. And I love you guys. And I'll see y'all in my next video.